happening, everybody? Welcome back to Pimp My PC. Now, this is the show we try to teach you how to personalize, customize, trick out your PC, but above all, make it cool. Now, today we're going to revisit some of those OS X stack pimps. Now, we did an episode previously, but an idea came to me that I wanted to share with you guys. So let's step into my office. All right, so like I was just saying, we talked about stack pimps in a couple of episodes previous to this one. Now, what we talked about was doing different stack views for OS X and actually getting stack functionality into Windows 7. So now roll back to OS X, and I was thinking to myself, like, these stack views are really cool. And just to refresh your memory, one of the changes we did was the list. So now you see your list is a little more easier on the eyes and a little more easier to navigate around and find stuff. And we also put a background mouse over, basically, so that you could actually find what you're trying to select a lot easier. But it got me thinking, wouldn't it be cool if there was a different color? Maybe change that background up a little bit, right? I mean, you're seeing it. It looks all right. It's black, but it's boring. It's the default. And this is Pimp My PC, so default will never do. So I was thinking, how can I change the color on this? Well, enter SuperDocker. SuperDocker is going to make that happen. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually tell you where to get it. Now, SuperDocker is a free app that you're going to be able to grab from our friends at 2Cows. So just head on over to the 2Cows website, look for Mac software, find that SuperDocker, download it, install it, you're good to go. Simple as that. So now what I'll do is just launch my SuperDocker, and we'll get to the meat of this pimp, show you guys what's happening. So now you'll see just on the left here, there's a ton of other stuff you can do on it, but today I'm just kind of sticking with a couple of different things for you guys. So make sure you peruse this at your leisure, and make sure you find out any cool things that I haven't seen yet. Send it to me at lucas@butterscotch.com. All right, so now what we're going to do is change those stack colors. So as you can see, it just takes you straight up to the default. You go down to the drop-down menu here, and you're going to see you've got white, blue, red, and green. So I got those preloaded for you. But again, preload, that's no good to us. It's Pimp My PC, so we're going to go more custom. So we're going to click on Other Color. And we can alter it here, and you can see you've got the color wheel and just different functions that you have from other different OS functionality if you want to change the color for stuff like that. So we're going to head over to the crayon box just because it makes it easier on me, and I'm going to pick pink. I mean salmon. Salmon. It is salmon, guys. So we're going to apply. Going to give that some admin rights. It restarts it, so you can see that that's been applied. So now if I go back down, pop open my stacks, you're going to see that beautiful salmon background. And that's going to go across all the way. So you can see a little bit of salmon in the grid view. And then you also have in the list view, you can see that that changes that as well. Now, you know, here at Pimp My PC, we've taken great pains to make sure that those custom desktop images are displayed prominently. And that's not going to happen if you get a ton of icons on your desktop. And basically what you want to do when you have that is you want to move those icons from your desktop down to your dock. But when you do that, all you're doing is basically trading in a cluttered desktop for a cluttered dock, which is kind of how I clean my apartment. You know, just moving the dishes from the coffee table to the kitchen sink. That's not going to work. So in the vein of organizing this dock, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. And one way you can do it, one way that's pretty easy is just flicking it off. I kind of suck at chess, so I don't really need this on my dock, so we're just going to get rid of that. So you can see it's just that easy, right? But the thing is, I can't do that with all my icons because there's some things on here I'm going to need. And that's where SuperDocker comes in. It's going to allow us to add some separators and organize it a little bit more. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about right now. Now, it's not that big of an aesthetic pimp, definitely more of a practical pimp, but you'll see where I'm coming from in just a second. So as you can see, when you open it up, you go to the dock section, there's a bunch of different stuff you can do now, but we're just focusing on the separators at this point. So we'll just go down to it, and you can see you can add separators to both the applications and the documents portions of your dock. So we'll just do that right now. And I'm just going to add maybe 3 or 4 to the applications, just to give you guys a good idea of what's going on. And I'll add a couple to the documents section as well. So you can see when you do that, it restarts your dock each time, right? So now you can see I got a little more room to play with here. So what I'm going to do, just to give you guys an idea of what I mean by organizing, is I'm going to move my iTunes over, move my QuickTime over, and then just like that, I've got my multimedia separated over, a lot easier to find, right? Now the other thing you can do is take those separators and move them on down the line if you want to organize your dock that way. And the same can be done with the documents section as well. And I got to tell you guys, one of the coolest parts about this, if you've ever had anybody come up to you and look at your cluttered dock and go, how do you even do any work off that, right? That's no more. No more, guys. It's totally organized and looks a little cool. So that's SuperDocker, guys. Make sure you check it out. Hit me up at lucas@butterscotch.com and show me what you're doing with the other functionality as well. And that's today's show. Make sure you check out the show notes at butterscotch.com, and don't forget to check out that promo code at the bottom of the screen, because remember, Pimpin ain't easy, but registering that next domain name with hover.com is. Just take that promo code, use it for the next time you register that domain name. I'm Lucas. You guys keep it unique. See ya!